the Golden State Warriors and the Sacramento Kings. Curry got it off, and he misfires. Kings prevail.
Is it a step? Is it a stomp? That is what everyone is debating.
Game 7 of what has been a riveting series. Curry just flips it up and in. Steph Curry magic. A 50-point Game 7. What a performance from the Warriors.
We welcome you to NBA Friday, presented by State Farm. Part of NBA 2K24 opening week in Sacramento, California. A couple of Northern Californian neighbors ready to renew their budding rivalry. It's the Warriors and the Kings ready to go as we welcome you courtside. Hey everybody, Ryan Rucco alongside Doc Rivers. So happy to be with you this Friday night on ESPN. Doc, we saw the Warriors got past the Kings in that first round series last year, but then fell short in the conference semis. We know with that franchise, it's about championships. How are the Warriors positioned this year to get back to the finals?
Well, they still have Steph Curry, which means they're in pretty good shape. But I like what they did. They added Chris Paul to the team. A lot of people are going back and forth, and I love it. I think what he will add to them more will be for their second unit. When Draymond Green and Curry's off the floor, Chris Paul will be able to orchestrate the team.
For Sacramento, meanwhile, a team that went to the playoffs for the first time in 16 years. How are they positioned to build on what they did a season ago?
I love what they did. They did nothing. They really did. They just stayed pat with their young guys. They're building a culture here in Sacramento, and they're starting it obviously with Fox. But Keegan Murray, he's going to be the key for them, and he's going to have a big year for the Sacramento Kings.
You see last year, third rookie in the last 10 seasons to start at least 75 games for a playoff team. We'll take a look at the starting lineups. For the visiting Golden State Warriors, Chris Paul in that starting lineup along with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Wiggins, and Looney. No Draymond Green, could come back later in this road trip for Golden State. For the Kings, great continuity with their starting five: Fox, Herter, Barnes, Murray, and Domantas Sabonis, a three-time All-Star. Kings won their opener against Utah in impressive fashion. This, their home opener. This building became its own star a season ago in the playoffs. And we are underway at Golden One Center. Kevon Looney had a tremendous first-round series against Sacramento. Wiggins gets in deep and finishes.
And Chris Paul is, you don't have Draymond Green, so you need someone else to kind of run the team. That's what Chris Paul does.
Paul at 9 assists, just 1 turnover. In the Warriors opener, a loss against the Suns. Here's Herter. Murray with 6 to shoot, fades and hits. You hear the call and response here with the crowd with Keegan Murray. They do that in intros as well, as Paul gets fouled by Fox in an early personal on De'Aaron Fox.
No, it's interesting with Chris Paul. He's never been in a place where he's getting shots, like catch and shoot shots.
Yeah.
And in the game one, he passed up about 5 or 6 of them. He almost passed that one up. So it'll be interesting. Can he let it go? Because that's not his nature.
Yeah. You're very familiar with his nature on the floor, having coached him for a very long time.
Yeah, he's one of the guys you want to coach.
Here is Curry. Sidestepping three is short. And Herter the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds. Will stay with Sacramento. Let's take a listen in to sounds of the game with Steph Curry.
Boy, you better go and get. You go and get. One more time. Oh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh. Throw it back. Throw it back. Throw it back. I want you on my team. I can take it to the next level.
Steph Curry, nice enough to wear a mic for us tonight. De'Aaron Fox is as well. Here is Paul off the delivery from Curry. Will pull from the mid-range, short, and Murray secures it for Sacramento. Herter wide open. Back iron, no, and Wiggins the rebound.
You can see the pace of the game already. And this actually, Sacramento is a team that wants to run. Golden State does as well, but they would rather play a little slower.
Sacramento, last year we saw the breakneck speed and the incredible offense. #1 all-time in offensive efficiency, a stat that has only been properly tracked since 96, 97, but they were terrific on that end. As Sabonis couldn't finish it, a couple of volleys, a 6-2 start here for the Warriors.
And that's an area in the playoffs, if you remember, Sabonis really struggled around the rim.
Had a tough series against Golden State, averaged just 16 points per game. Also, the assists were way down for him, too. Oh, there he is, Paul to Wiggins on the cut.
There it is. Like, that's the difference right there. And it's going to be, now for 48 minutes, they're going to have a passer on the floor at all times.
Murray left alone and knocks down the three. Set a rookie record a season ago with 206 made threes. Shot it at 41% as a rookie. Thompson on the move. Curry, gorgeous cut and the lay.
That's the part of the game no one talks about is Steph Curry's layups. He's a great finisher. You know, they're so concerned with the three-point line. He's a great cutter. He's a great draw and kick guy. He can do all the little things, but they only talk about his three-point shooting.
In the corner, Herter, no. And Thompson the rebound. Into the arms of Wiggins, who struggled on Tuesday night, off to a better start here against Sacramento. Thompson had a rough opener as well. Looney backs it out of the paint. Wiggins will fire. No. Sabonis the board. Sabonis loves to get it and go. Thwarted by Looney, and here comes Curry. Up ahead to Thompson. Thompson can't lay it in. Well defended by Murray. Barnes, who had 33 in the opener for Sacramento, floats it in.
An aggressive Barnes is big for Sacramento.
Back on a 3-year, $54 million deal. A veteran of this young Kings team. Curry catch, fire, and hit from 3. Well, 6 made field goals, 6 assists thus far for Golden State.
You're seeing the two teams that play exactly alike.
Yeah.
You know, the Kings play a little faster.
Barnes knocks down to 3. Of course, Mike Brown, an assistant for years under Steve Kerr with Golden State, with them for 3 titles. A unanimous Coach of the Year a season ago, as Wiggins can't finish. Sabonis the rebound. Sabonis had a kick by Looney, comes our way. And out of bounds to Sacramento.
And Sabonis really is a point guard, you know, of the Kings. You know, we talk about Fox and everyone else, but it's Sabonis. They play through him, and once they made that trade, this team changed, and Fox changed.
Last year, 14 triple-doubles for Sabonis, who was also third-team All-NBA along with De'Aaron Fox. Here's Herter, off the mark on a 3. 0 for 3 now to begin this game. Kuminga in off the bench. And that is going to be a travel. Trying to argue that he was fouled by Murray, but Kuminga called for the walk.
Why does Steph Curry always find himself wide open? It's amazing, isn't it?
Usually works out for him.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to Sacramento. I'm Roz Goldenwood. Stephen Curry and De'Aaron Fox are now business partners, with Under Armour and Curry Brand signing De'Aaron as their first signature athlete. And there was a week in July that Steph and De'Aaron worked out together with Steph's longtime trainer, Brandon Payne, and other players. De'Aaron told me the biggest challenge was all of the movement and described Steph's conditioning as crazy. At the end of the workout, everyone's tired and missing, but Steph's still making 10 of 10 shots. And they did all of Steph's dribbling, shooting, and hand-eye coordination drills, and De'Aaron told me it left him with cramps up his triceps, biceps, and forearms, something he never experienced before, but he called the opportunity incredible. Guys?
Awesome stuff, Roz, and a great opportunity for De'Aaron with Curry Brand as Murray can't hit the three. Yeah, working out with Steph Curry, it's sort of a next level experience.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it speaks volumes. Number one, that Steph invited him.
Yeah.
You know, that says something. Think about it. Michael did it to Kobe. You know, Kobe did it to Jason Tatum. And all of those guys came away with it thinking, I have to work harder.
Yeah.
That's the first thing Fox said, I have to work harder.
Here is Fox zipping into the paint. Talk about great finishers at the rim. He's one of them. De'Aaron Fox, an all-star a season ago, third-team All-NBA. Saric is fouled, and it'll stay here. Taking a look at the upcoming national TV schedule tomorrow on NBA TV. The Knicks take on the Pelicans, 7 Eastern, followed by Jazz and Suns. Then Tuesday on TNT, Knicks and Cavs, 7:30 Eastern. Then the Spurs and Suns. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. Thompson will check out. Dario Saric, Gary Payton the second, Moses Moody, Steph Curry, and Jonathan Kuminga the 5 for Golden State. Still no Draymond Green. Could be back Sunday or Monday as Kuminga had it knocked away by Davion Mitchell, but was out of bounds on the tip. And will stay here with Golden State. Malik Monk, Mitchell in off the bench, along with Sasha Vesenkov. One of the new acquisitions you talked about, Doc. Sacramento was happy with the internal growth and continuity of their group. Didn't add a whole lot as far as external roster additions.
Yeah, I like it. I think they needed to build their culture first and then find out which one of these young players can really be big time and then move from there. I think too many teams make moves too quickly and then break away a chemistry that was building.
Sabonis, Murray, Fox, the core of it for Sacramento. Here is Sabonis. 5 minutes to go in this first, and three-point Warriors lead. Monk knocks down the three. When Malik Monk had some really big moments in that first-round series against Golden State. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Payton, and he knew it.
Yeah, it was more that Curry knew it. You know, most of those fouls are rarely the picker. It's usually the ball handler. And Curry points right at himself right away. You can see it. He goes too quick. Didn't give him a chance to set.
There's the second Golden State turnover as Payton comes up with a steal off the inbound and gets fouled on the dunk attempt. And Gary Payton II will shoot two, taking the basketball right back after the offensive foul.
What did Steve Kerr tell us this afternoon? You cannot quantify the effect that he has on the team.
Yeah.
He actually said there's no way they beat Boston in the finals if he doesn't come back and get healthy and plays for them.
Well, he used even his line the other night on opening night when he went 0 for 5 from the floor, but was a plus 12. He said that's what you get from him in the way he impacts winning.
And in this time where everyone looks at stats and they look at numbers and they see an 0 for, and they'll yell at you, why do you have that guy on the floor? And then you look at the plus minus and you see a plus 12. The answer is right there.
That's why.
That's why.
Payton hits both free throws. Saw De'Aaron Fox on the bench. 1 of 2 in this first. Here's Murray. Curling around, confident stroke, rims off. Curry, great get ahead to Kuminga, but Sacramento back in transition. Here's Kuminga. Curry spinning, dishing, Saric, extra feed, good movement here. Kuminga will take it, left it way short. Maybe could have moved it one more time to the wing.
Maybe.
I know what you would have been saying on the sideline.
Yes.
Sabonis lays it in, plus the foul. Domantas Sabonis a chance for 3.
Just great play. You know, the last play, he came off, took the 3. Sabonis rose, and he's so physical, man.
Yeah.
He finishes through contact. Now, people we didn't talk enough about in the playoffs last year. Sabonis had a broken thumb, a broken hand, and he was still playing.
Yeah.
And so he struggled, you know, finishing, which is natural. I think he wants to show that was due to injury.
Yeah, that was a fluke. He can perform. You saw the historic nature of his season. Last year, 1,500 points, 900 rebounds, 500 assists in a single season. Only Oscar Robertson, Wilt Chamberlain, Nikola Jokic, and Domantas Sabonis have ever done that.
Those are good names.
Yeah.
Those are good names.
Strong company. Here's Moody around the screen from Šarić and knocks down the jumper.
It's funny, you look at Moody and Kuminga, and right now Moody's a little bit ahead because he understands his role.
Monk will pull up, short on a three. Wow, Kuminga flew in there for the rebound, and a foul is called against Sacramento. It'll be Sabonis, and that is his first.
And those are the things that Kuminga can do. Like, he can really defend. Heck of a rebounder, runs the floor. Where he has to improve next is moving the ball and knowing when to be aggressive. He's a young guy. It takes time.
Well, the Sacramento Kings had a memorable 2022-23 season, 48 wins, their most in a season since 04-05. Averaged 120.7 points per game, most since the 83-84 Nuggets, and they ended a 16-season playoff drought, the longest in NBA history. How about Fox and Sabonis All-NBA, first Kings duo since Jerry Lucas and Oscar Robertson in the late 60s. A historic year, a team that was incredible offensively and
incredible.
I mean, just
it really is. Mike Brown, unanimous Coach of the Year choice, and he came in here and changed the entire culture of his franchise. He got them all to buy in how to play, and they play at that pace, and it is tough to guard. 120 a night, come on, man.
And this offseason and throughout camp, is Šarić, new addition for the Warriors, knocks down the three. There's that chemistry with Chris Paul, Steve Kerr loves so much. This year for Mike Brown, all throughout camp, it was, we are not going to be 24th, 25th, 26th in the league in defense this year. If we want to grow, we're going to have to improve on that end. And if you're not being a physical defender, I'm taking you out. And he admitted, he said, okay, it might be hard with Sabonis or with Fox. As Sasha nails the corner three. He said, but anyone else, that's going to be a quick hook if he doesn't see the physicality he wants on that end.
And you can't get caught into points because they score so many points. That means they're going to get points scored on them.
Right.
It's more defensive efficiency that they want to get better. And they really thought at the end of the day in the Golden State series, Golden State was way more physical than them.
Murray, the strong side rebound off the missed three from Payton. Here's Sabonis. Knocked off the hands of Paul. It will stay here with Sacramento. De'Aaron Fox checking back in along with JaVale McGee and Chris Duarte for Sacramento. McGee, Duarte, Vezenkov, the new acquisitions who are a part of this rotation, at least early for Sacramento.
And some of that, McGee obviously defense, Duarte defense. Sasha, maybe not yet, but he's going to shoot the ball and make them a better offensive team.
As the EuroLeague MVP last season, has Moody. Great job jumping in to poke it away. Here's Paul. Has that chemistry with Šarić we talked about. Those two playing together in Phoenix. Look at the two-man action. Now Paul thinking about it. Kuminga. Trying to work Vezenkov on the block and does. Strong finish from Kuminga.
That's where Chris Paul will make him better. He got him in his spot and literally made him go, take your time, do what you need to do. That was perfect.
Here's Monk. Off to Vezenkov, sidestepping three. Is good. That's a confident stroke. A three-time league champ in Spain, a three-time Greek League MVP. Born in Cyprus. Vezenkov, look out. Not that time. Was feeling the heat
early
check.
heat check. Usually you're in for 3 or 4 minutes before it's a heat check.
Vezenkov not shy. Kuminga trying to work Monk, has the size on him, couldn't finish. Šarić keeps it alive. Payton tees it up and knock it down. Now Fox slowing things down a moment for Sacramento.
It's funny, they're going to give Payton those shots. Sometimes he almost takes too long.
Oh, Fox veering through traffic. De'Aaron Fox has a personalized GPS to the bucket.
That was a video. That was a video.
On skates.
His speed is amazing, but I think what people underlook is his size. He's stronger than he looks.
why they feel there's so much potential for him as a defender as well. Here's Paul, 2-for-1 opportunity. Paul can't hit. Rebound McGee. Golden State now 2 of 9 from 3. They struggled from deep in their opener, 10 of 43. Monk gets fouled by Kuminga on the floor. Golden State had one to give. So side out of bounds here for Sacramento. First foul on Kuminga. Nobody with 2 in this opening quarter.
It's actually a physical game, but clean game so far.
All right, just 3 total free throws in this first quarter. Vezenkov. Here's Fox. About a 9-second difference, game and shot clock. Fox directing traffic. Step back 3 is good. De'Aaron Fox is a fun man to watch play basketball.
He really is, and that 3-ball has changed this game.
4 seconds left. Paul zips into the paint, sets up Saric, can't get it to go, and that's how the first will end. An 8-0 run from the Kings to finish the first. Well, Steph Curry got it started for Golden State, and his Curry brand partner, De'Aaron Fox, finished the frame. On fire.
I'm Malika Andrews. Let's take a look at this assist of the game brought to you by State Farm. It comes courtesy of the Spurs hosting the Rockets. And we're showing you this assist because it led to this slam by Victor Wembanyama. This game would head to overtime. You can catch the final seconds, final minutes before we send you back to Sacramento.
Welcome back to NBA Friday, presented by State Farm. I'm here with Steve Kerr. Steve, at the end of that first quarter, the Kings got it going offensively. So what's your defensive response?
Well, I thought they hit some tough shots. That shot from Fox at the end was well contested by J.K., and we're getting some good looks at the other end. So all in all, it was a clean quarter. We took care of the ball. We rebounded pretty well. So we just got to keep going.
And I know you have some big hopes for that second unit who was out there for a while. How'd you like their impact once they got in?
Well, they play well together. You know, there's a lot of experience with CP and Dario and Gary, and then, you know, the young guys, Moses and JK, are really growing and developing. So we like that group.
All right, thanks, Steve.
Thanks.
Guys.
Well, that's going to be a point of focus for Golden State this year, Doc, is those minutes without Steph Curry and how they navigate that, because as Steve Kerr has talked about it, it has been rough for a while when Curry goes to the bench, and they obviously hope Chris Paul changes that.
For his career.
Yeah, right.
No, really. You go back through his career, even when Durant was there.
Yeah.
When Steph Curry is off the floor, he's not as good as the basketball team. The other guy that's usually off the floor with him at times, though, was Draymond Green.
Yeah.
That's where I think Chris Paul can make a difference, because he'll be able to run the team.
Now, Payton just got a technical foul after that offensive foul was called on Saric. So Payton and Steve Kerr having an extended conversation now. I'll tell you what, the officials were all so happy to see you, Doc.
Isn't it amazing?
You got a lot of friends.
I was thinking that when we were talking about the technical fouls. I was thinking, it's so nice to be over here.
Yeah.
I don't get fined. It's really nice.
They love you when you're over here, right?
Yeah, they do.
A 12-0 Sacramento run going back to the end of the first. Here's Monk circling around, met by Looney, lobs it to McGee. There's the vertical threat that McGee provides.
That's what Mike Brown was saying this afternoon, is with Monk and Fox now in pick and rolls where people can show and trap. If you do that with him on the floor, it's a dunk.
Here's Paul waiting. Now will take and hit, ending the 14-0 Sacramento run.
And McGee's size, you know, you forget how athletic he is with that size.
Here is McGee. Loses at that time into the arms of Paul. Number 3 on the all-time steals list. Thompson, difficult shot. Probably not a great look that early in the clock. And McGee, the long rebound.
That was I haven't had a shot, if you know what I mean.
0 for 3 now from the floor. Vezenkov out to Monk, out there with Fox. Duarte and McGee. Here's Monk. This time will float it up, get the foul, and Malik Monk is going to the line. And the foul called on Looney. That is his first.
Steve Kerr is going to get a tech very soon as well. He is not happy right now.
That Saric foul, his third. So Saric on the bench now, part of why Steve Kerr is upset. As Monk hits the free throw. Next week's NBA Wednesday doubleheader starts in OKC, where SGA and the Thunder host Zion and the Pelicans. Then it's the battle for LA. Kawhi leads the Clippers against LeBron's Lakers. It all starts at 7 Eastern on ESPN. The NBA Countdown. Thunder are going to be a fun team to watch this season.
They're going to be fun. You know, they won't sneak up on anyone this year, and they may not have to.
Yeah. 2-0 to start. A thriller today. That foul is going to be on Fox, who will pick up his second. That last personal #1 on Looney. Saric on the bench with 3 right now, and now Fox picks up his second. And you see De'Aaron Fox looking over at you saying, hey, Doc, I can't play hard?
No. Though, if you're Mike Brown, we want you to be physical, but please no fouls at half court.
Yeah. Thompson gives it up. Paul's going to have to put it up. Shot clock fading. Paul unable to hit. Looney keeps it alive. Looney averaged 15 rebounds per game in the 7-game series last year against the Kings. Had 3 games of 20-plus boards against them. Thompson, beautiful touch off the window.
And he had to put it up there because McGee was going after it.
Here's Duarte. Finds Sasha laying it in. Vezenkov is going to spark a timeout from Golden State. An 11-point Kings lead, early second quarter action at Golden One Center. Let's see who's ruling the court, brought to you by Burger King. De'Aaron Fox is ruling the court.
He sure is. And he's doing it with everything. Strong drives to the basket, dances with the ball, as good as anyone dancing with the ball now, and finishes through contact. What separated him, in my opinion, is the fact that he can now shoot the 3 and shoot the 3 off the dribble. That makes him different.
And you know what else makes him different? He wants to know from you, Doc, why he can't just play hard after that foul.
Yeah, he's asking me, can I play hard? You know, he's a great kid. I think we won our first 12 games against him, and he finally beat us when I was coaching the Clippers. And he walks over to my car and tells me, I got you. And I'm thinking, that's a competitive kid.
Pretty great story to illustrate the way De'Aaron Fox's motor works. Sacramento absolutely loves their young star. Here's Monk lobbing it up. There you go. McGee couldn't finish it. But again, you see the way that combo can work exactly as Mike Brown intends. Curry back in for Golden State, and good things start to happen after they were outscored 21-9 with Curry on the bench.
It's amazing just having Curry on the floor creates scoring for their entire team.
Fox slinks a pass beautifully to Monk for 2. De'Aaron Fox, a guy who works relentlessly on his game, as Roz detailed for us earlier. Wiggins with a free lane, and Duarte ended it with a foul.
This is a great pass, but it's also the cut. You know, we often talk about the passer. We rarely talk about the cutter. You know, a lot of guys would have stayed in the corner, made that a difficult pass. The timing and the cuts are so key to get layups like that.
Let's check in with Ross.
Ryan, you had mentioned De'Aaron Fox. Well, he also stepped up his leadership for the team. He's a by-example guy, and this offseason, he stayed in Sacramento at the facility to work with young guys, and he told me he was answering questions that he remembers needing answers to when he was 19, and now that he's 7 years in, he said he isn't just talking, but he feels he knows the right things to say, and he spent a lot of time in particular with Keegan Murray this summer, helping him get comfy with creating for himself by working on handling the ball, and he needs him to be a more confident running mate for him this season.
This is why you hang out and you stay with young guys. If you remember, Fox's first 3 or 4 years, the complaint was he never talked. And now he's a leader, and he's bringing in the young guys and teaching them how to lead.
And one of the things Sacramento excited about is Murray putting it on the floor a little more this season, not just being a straight catch-and-shoot three-point guy. Curry out in transition, scoops it in beautifully, plus the foul. Steph Curry a chance for three.
He kills you with twos. I know that sounds strange. Coaching against them for so many years, when you worry about his threes and he kills you with twos. He does it every night.
Crowd did not like the whistle as Davion Mitchell hit with the personal. And Curry completes the three-point play. Curry up to 10 points. Moody and Curry, a little trap on Mitchell. Here's Sabonis bodying in, the patience and the finish. Wiggins vacated and Sabonis took advantage.
Oh, that's called bully ball.
In the corner, Moody, run off, will take and hit.
That's a tough shot. He had the pump to get that off.
I know you like Moody as well.
I really like Moody. I just think he's one of those guys that you can plug and play and have on any team. And that, for a young guy, is really unusual.
43-38, Sacramento in front. Here's Curry firing away. He got it. That's pretty good, huh?
PTSD, that's what they're having. You know, they almost have to. The entire crowd, everyone, when they see him going, they get worried.
Last time he was in this building, scored 50 as Murray hits the three against the zone from Golden State. Saw Utah play a lot of zone the other night against Sacramento. Here's Curry trying to shake Mitchell. Curry had it knocked away by Sabonis. Up ahead, Murray to the corner. Mitchell can't hit. Now Curry coming the other way, couldn't catch it.
Yeah, he didn't play football.
Yeah, looked like a receiver trying to find it on the back shoulder. Barnes, Sabonis, he got it.
See, that's the shot that Sabonis couldn't make in the playoffs, and it's really his bread and butter shot. Now he's making it.
Sabonis, 7 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Wiggins from 18, though. Another board for Sabonis, his 7th. Sabonis eyes up to Murray. Murray lost it. Looney has it. Thompson flags it down and lays it in. Timeout, Sacramento. Some good back and forth action in this second quarter. Looney to get ahead and Thompson the lay.
Yeah, let's go, baby. Ah! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got Steph. I got ball. Stay with it, fellas. Long game. Mouthpiece on the ground. He's like, that's nasty.
I'm glad De'Aaron Fox was concerned about the mouthpiece on the ground.
Yes. He wants to get someone thrown out.
Right. 48-43, Sacramento in front of Golden State. Under 5:30 to go in this first half. Mitchell loses it. Fox there to clean it up. Here's Fox. 4 to shoot. Fox dips inside, readjusts. Sabonis can't hit. And Curry the rebound. 13 points for Steph Curry, 5 of 7 from the floor. Fox has 10 to lead the way for Sacramento. Knocked knocked away by Fox, coming up with a steal. De'Aaron Fox to the rim.
Yeah, no one's catching him.
Fastest man in the NBA. And Steve Kerr just dropped his head on that turnover from Golden State as they cough it up again. Here's Mitchell banging, gets denied by Wiggins, and Looney controls it for Golden State.
Well, one of the things Golden State wanted to get better at is not turning the ball. That's why they got Chris Paul, but he's not on the floor right now.
Well, and then the other night, they were so good through 3 quarters as Curry cans another 3, his 3rd of the night. They were so good for 3 quarters against Phoenix, protecting the basketball. And then in the 4th, turned it over 5 times and ended up losing their lead and the game to Phoenix. Fox, wow, how about that touch?
He just scores so easy now. You know, but Golden State led the league in assists, and they led the league in turnovers.
Yep.
So.
Something they really put an emphasis on trying to clean up this season. Curry into the paint, no look, out to Moody. Short on a 3, Sabonis the rebound, his 8th. Sabonis, full head of steam. Oh, nice look underneath, and Barnes has it knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here. Well, the first ever NBA in-season tournament debuts Friday, November 3rd. All 30 teams will compete in group play. 8 teams advance to the knockout rounds, and 1 will be crowned champion. Visit NBA.com/in-season tournament to learn more. We'll have a doubleheader of in-season tournament games next Friday on our air. I know Doc here, and you talk about it with DB and Mike the other night. You think it's something that eventually it's going to catch on?
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good this year once they get to Vegas.
Yeah.
You know, we're playing a game next week. I don't think the guys are going to like, what are we doing? It's a normal game, but it's going to catch on.
Payton able to lay it in. One thing you just appreciate about this league is its willingness to consistently innovate, to constantly think of ways to improve upon an already excellent product.
I mean, we almost had a play-in championship last year.
Right.
You know, it's really amazing what's going on. I love the changes, and you got to keep the interest going. I think it's good.
Here's Wiggins trying to work Murray. Wiggins the spin, used the window, didn't have the angle. Sabonis another board, his 9th. Fox dropped it, still trying to control it, does, and can't finish. Off Looney, Kings ball.
You know, this game feels like the Kings are up by 10 or 12 points, and it's a 4-point game.
Yeah, made that big run with Curry on the bench, and since he's come back in, Golden State has been able to settle down. Steve Kerr has said it's going to take some weeks to get a feel for his rotations, to get a flow as a group. With Green out as Murray misses it short, figuring out also the Draymond Green, Chris Paul fit.
And they've never played together. That's 2 guys that want the ball, want to pass the ball.
Curry, not that time. Looney, the offensive rebound. Looney waits, dishes out. Another chance here. Kuminga can't hit the 3. Golden State 4 for 16 from deep. Everyone not named Curry is 1 of 10 as Paul comes up with the steal and the save. Beautifully done. Kuminga running the Euro and the finish.
That's what you want him to do, attack in the open court. Quick decision, downhill basketball.
2-point game. Here's Barnes. Hit his first 5 threes the other night. Barnes, oh, nifty attack from the former Warrior. Paul back into the game, to the corner. Payton left alone. He got that one.
I love that he keeps shooting it. He has to. You got to be a threat. Miss 3 or 4, just keep shooting. One scares you. Just one going, it scares the other team.
Here's Duarte firing away, too strong. Paul off the rebound, out there with Looney, Payton, Curry, and Kuminga. Paul, and a foul is called. If that's Fox, it's going to be his 3rd, and it is. number 3 on De'Aaron Fox.
That's why that half-court foul, though he was right, he's playing physical, but you don't need him to get a foul at half court because it comes back and it comes into play now. Now Mike Brown has to make a decision.
Yeah, and they're trying to get over the screen of Looney and just clearly hits Paul in the neck. Fox is going to stay in for the moment. Duarte nearly came up with a steal. 5 to shoot. Curry fouled by Duarte. And now Golden State in the bonus.
I think Chris Paul taught Curry that, because there's nobody better than Chris Paul at doing that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They all know it. They know when it's penalty, and right when they see it, they draw it.
It was funny the other day, some of the Warriors were talking about how nice it is to not have to watch Paul do that across the court, because we saw him do it against Phoenix. And eventually that resulted in CP3 chants for a man who has been a Warrior antagonist for a long time.
Yeah, he was not loved in San Francisco, let's say that. Now he's Mr. Warrior. Yeah. It's amazing how quickly things change, right?
Put on the uniform, and if you can help the team win.
Play right.
Curry's up to 17 points in this first half. They get 18. 11 in the quarter, and the game has just completely shifted since Steph Curry has come back in.
Right when he walked back on the floor.
This is one where plus-minus is going to give you a pretty good idea of what's happening. They were outscored 21-9 with Curry on the bench. Sabonis, wow, talk about bully ball, plus the foul.
That's what he does. I mean, he is a force under the basket. You can see this great defensive position, but he's just a bigger man.
Foul on Payton is his third. Coming up, Toyota halftime. Wemby shines and the Spurs win. Malika, Stephen A., Michael Wilbon, Bob Myers have you covered at the half. You know, Doc, they have taken one of the fouls away from Šarić that he was previously given. So 2 fouls on Šarić now. That was the third on Payton. At the time, I thought I only computed 2 in my head. Well, there you go.
You were right.
I was right.
2-for-1 opportunity here.
Paul trying to get into it. Leaning away and hitting, executing the 2-for-1 beautifully. Mitchell has it taken by Curry. Golden State could hold for 1, and that is going to be the decision that Curry makes.
Yeah, that was just too much, Curry is not known as a great defender, but he has great hands, and he showed it there.
6 seconds left. Thompson with space into the corner. Kuminga connects on a 3. And Murray won't get off a shot. That'll do it for the first half. 6 ties, 6 lead changes. Feeling a whole lot like what we watched in the first round a season ago with 7 scintillating contests. Golden State a 60-57 lead. Steph Curry with 18 in the first half, and he is with Roz.
Steph, your team goes into halftime with the lead. How do you guys lean on your experience and poise to close out the quarter and the half so strong like that?
Playing good defense, keeping them to 1 shot, trying not to foul. Obviously, you see the benefit of CP getting us organized. We got threats all around. So you just got to stay with that formula.
A number of your shots you barely even had to dribble for. How have you picked your spots moving without the ball out there?
Been doing that my whole career, so I have a lot of confidence on and off the ball, but we're trying to play in rhythm. My teammates setting great screens, and good things happen.
All right, thanks. Good luck. Guys.
A big first half from Steph Curry. The Warriors a 3-point lead. De'Aaron Fox in his bag with 14. Curry with 18. First half analysis and more coming up on the Toyota Halftime Report with Malika and the crew after the break. Welcome back to NBA Friday, presented by State Farm, part of NBA 2K24 opening week. Getting ready to start the third quarter, and I know, Doc, you love Golden State's final play of the second.
I love it because Klay Thompson needed a shot, and he had a shot, but he made the right play. That's Golden State doing Golden State things. I mean, that's just beautiful basketball.
Ryan Ruocco alongside Doc Rivers. So happy to be with you this Friday night. Really fun first half, back and forth. One thing we saw when Steph Curry was on the floor, good things happened for Golden State.
Always, and we were talking about it during the game, but it's just he does everything. He moves great without the ball. He shoots the three. He reads people. I mean, this is just a great cut. He gets the cut because they're so worried about him coming to the ball. He knows that. So he gets a wide open layup. Another one. Look at this. Watch Klay Thompson's guy, Murray. He wants to help, but he's guarding Klay Thompson. He can't leave, which leaves Steph Curry wide open. And then this last one right here, same thing. If you go to sleep for 1 second on Curry, he's going to hurt you.
Talked about that off-ball movement with Roz at the half. You take a look at what Curry's done. 2 for 2 on his layups, the mid-range, and three-point range. We're talking right now with Mike Brown, head coach of the Sacramento Kings, joining us. Coach, that first half, what stood out most to you, especially about the way it finished?
Our turnovers. Our turnovers in that second quarter weren't good. You know, we're getting too deep in the paint, not doing a good enough job kicking early. There's sitting a lot of bodies there, so we got to do a better job with that. And then, you know, defensively, we got to try not to foul as much.
Are you happy with the pace, Mike, right now with your guys?
Yeah, I'm okay with the pace. I'm okay with the pace. You know, with these guys, we got to keep trying to push. They like to run too. So, you know, we want to push on every possession. We just got to take care of the basketball.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
Okay, thank y'all. Mike
Brown, Coach of the Year a season ago, and had to like that look from De'Aaron Fox's third three of the game. Fox up to 17 as Curry again on a cut, fed by Looney for 2.
You're so concerned with him coming off the screens that you jump to the top side. He feels you, he cuts.
Here's Murray getting a clean look, can't hit. Looney, his 10th rebound already. Murray now 2 of 6 from downtown. Herder nearly knocks it away. Thompson gets back to it. Here's Thompson off to Looney. Rejected from behind by Herder. Sabonis with a lot of speed up the floor. Barnes doesn't get the roll. Sabonis gobbles it up. Great touch pass.
Oh, great pass.
Fox to Murray, and Murray unable to hit. Going the other way, out of bounds off Sabonis.
Kings are getting great shots right now. You know, they really are. They're just not making them. But one thing you love about their team, they're going to keep taking them. They're going to keep staying aggressive.
Shot 51 threes against Utah in the opener, made 19 of them. Here's Paul wiggling around Murray. Gets denied by Keegan Murray. Fox, 1-on-2. Met resistance. Will pull up. Can't hit, and it's going the other way. An offensive foul called on Murray, who sent Curry to the floor. That'll be the first personal on Keegan Murray.
This is where, you know, you look at the Kings, and when they go in these little droughts, you know, how do they keep it going? You know, they're a young team. This is where confidence comes into play.
Curry, deep three, is good. Steph Curry up to 23 points. We mentioned it earlier, last time he was in this building, scored 50 in a Game 7 win against Sacramento as Thompson gets whistled for the personal.
This is just beautiful. Off the dribble, he knows he's taking it. Now they're worried about the drive. You know, he has you in his bag.
It's hard to get out of there.
Yeah, no one does.
Sabonis unable to hit. Thompson's still upset about that foul call. Thompson can't float it in. Sabonis the board. Seen a couple of forces from play at times, who hasn't gotten a ton of looks tonight. Murray backing away. That one is good. You talked about it, Doc. He's going to keep firing.
Yeah, he is, and he's getting stronger. Last year, he couldn't have made that play. I think he added 10 pounds of muscle this summer. That's why he can make that play.
Now, Thompson just discards Murray. No call. Wiggins open on the wing. Can't hit. Looney the rebound. Curry alone. You bet. The officials were not buying the contact there as Murray spilled to the ground, and now a turnover. Curry into the lane, can't curl it in, and Sabonis his 12th board. What a pace back and forth. Herder alone, in and out. Murray skies for the board and puts it in.
Murray's okay. He's going to be okay.
Hey, I thought we might see one of the flopping calls.
I'm telling you,
you guys had a couple the other night.
Yes.
This time we're going to see an offensive foul on Looney.
This game is chippy. You know, I love when teams play early in the year that played in the playoffs the year before.
Yeah.
There's always a carryover.
But we even saw in the preseason, there was an odd level of
intensity.
Yeah, in that final preseason game, the Curry hit the game winner. Here's Murray. Murray putting his head down, committed to the air, and turned it over. Curry up to 26 points. Thompson fires away and hits.
You can feel like Klay Thompson about to get it going a little bit here.
His first three of the night. Golden State struggled shooting it from deep in the first half as Barnes gets fouled by Thompson. His second, and free throws for Harrison Barnes.
And the refs are starting to sense the intensity too. They're going to clean it up. There are going to be some fouls called.
Barnes had 27 in the first half of Sacramento's opener in Utah en route to 33 as he misses the free throw here. And taking a look at the upcoming national TV schedule tomorrow on NBA TV. Knicks take on the Pelicans, 7 Eastern, followed by Jazz Suns. Then Tuesday on TNT, it's Knicks Cavs at 7:30 Eastern, capped off by Spurs and Suns. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. Many wondered, would Barnes be back? Would he still be a part of this Sacramento core? He has been through this journey back to relevancy for the Kings and got a new 3-year deal this offseason. He's a big part of that starting five.
And he's just a solid veteran, so you wanted that to stay on your team.
Here's Curry, zings a pass to Wiggins. Wiggins stops and drops it in.
He looks so much better than he did in game one.
Yeah. 11 points now for Wiggins as Fox couldn't finish, but Barnes can. Kuminga and Saric in for Golden State. Curry trying to wiggle past Herder. Curry will take and hit. 28 for Steph.
He gave him everything. I mean, he really did. He tried to beat him left twice, went back right. Steph Curry is feeling it all the time.
Here's Barnes looking to turn the corner, got the whistle on Wiggins, and Barnes more aggressive going to the line.
Steph Curry is in his bag right now. I mean, he gives Herder every move he has. Overall, pretty good defense. Sometimes it doesn't matter.
Get NBA 2K24 for 30% off now and see why it's being heralded as a game like we've never seen before. Scan the QR code for more details and to get your copy now. See you on the court.
Well, Doc, Steph Curry is off to quite the start here in this third.
What's funny is this is just third quarter highlights, by the way. Yeah. This is not for the entire game. This is just this quarter. And his degree of difficulty, the shots are not shots that most people can take. Right here, he gives it all. He's on fire.
10 already in the third, not even halfway through it. He has 28 for the game. These fans in Sacramento have seen enough of that from Steph Curry, especially in this building.
No, you can feel it. Like you really can. They remember from the playoffs in Game 7, and now they're seeing him do it again. They're thinking, here he goes again.
Well, you and I were noticing in pregame introductions how loud the boos were for Steph. And what's interesting is, even though he's obviously a player of incredible focus, you don't hear him booed in visiting arenas often like that, because he does have so many fans that travel and he is so beloved. But obviously here, there's a different feeling.
And probably Philadelphia.
I'd say that as well. Kuminga lays it in. Roz?
Yeah, I spoke with Stephen Curry about longevity in year 15, age 35, and he told me his workouts have changed this offseason to do a little bit more often. He can't take big breaks and stop and go as much in the offseason. His body has to stay in rhythm. He said this offseason is the most he's worked in his entire career because he'll lose it faster than he can gain it back. So he only took 10 days off before ramping up this offseason, and his workouts aren't about going top speed. It's about the details, core, strength, and getting his legs underneath him longer, guys.
Well, you know, you talk nice about the guy. You want him to hit the four-point play, right? And this is how you stay in shape.
No.
Run up the sand dunes in Dubai.
No wonder I was an average player. No, thank you.
It's not for you.
And they should put the weather.
Yeah.
It's probably 120 degrees as well.
How funny was seeing Kenny Smith
oh, my goodness.
the other night.
And Kenny Smith was a pro athlete.
Yeah. Fantastic. 32 now for Curry. Golden State on a 13-3 run. Duarte closed out on by Moody. Meets Saric, banks it in, plus the foul. Dario Saric is perplexed at the whistle, but a chance for three here for Duarte.
Yeah, if he had just jumped, it would have been a non-call. Because he didn't have much right here. And all Sarge had to do was jump, and it's a non-call.
Duarte with Indiana his first couple of seasons. You know, one of the reasons that Sacramento was attracted to Duarte was because of his connection with Domantas Sabonis. Sabonis really took Duarte under his wing when Duarte was starting out his rookie season in Indiana before Sabonis was traded midway through the year to Sacramento. Here's Curry looking to evade. He does! Steph Curry is a showman.
And he didn't know it, but he was being double-teamed. I mean, honestly, there was a double team coming.
34 for Curry. And a foul here. Is this one going to be on Saric? It will, and it's going to be number 4.
Just watch. He's being double-teamed, and he didn't even know it, you know, which tells you the zone he's in right now.
Yeah, Davion Mitchell, sorry, you're not going to get to play this round. Wow. Curry is on a burner. Meanwhile, Sabonis, the league leader in double-doubles a season ago, has another already tonight and hits the free throw. Tomorrow, it's the much-anticipated boxing match between WBC heavyweight champ Tyson Fury and former UFC heavyweight champ Francis Ngannou. Coverage of the main card begins at 2 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Trace Jackson-Davis getting some time now for Golden State. Someone the Warriors are very excited about after his Camp Plus gives them some size on a team that isn't that big.
And another guy that knows how to play, even though, you know, he's a young guy, and that's what they seem to draft. And they know they have a bunch of veterans, but when they can get a young guy that knows how to play, he can fit right in with what they're doing.
Right, spent 4 years at school. In the corner, off to Kuminga now. Kuminga barrels into Murray, and that's going to be a block on Keegan Murray.
And I love what they're doing, the Sacramento Kings, by double teaming. That's one of the things Mike Brown was saying they probably should have did a little bit more in the playoffs. And they're done with Steph Curry having his own way. So they're going to double team him, make him move the ball. And right now, Golden State, they don't have a lot of shooting on the floor. So it's a pretty smart move.
Kuminga, this is the first. Well, a lot of how Golden State comes along also rests with what kind of leap Kuminga takes this season.
He's so important for them.
Now, if you're wondering, well, why did the crowd get, sort of unusually loud there? Usually it happens in the fourth quarter where there's something on the line. Well, there's cookies on the line for 2 missed free throws in the third here in Sacramento. That's right.
I've not heard that one before. Wow, that's a new one.
Cookies is a new one, too. Wow. Curry just threw an unbelievable pass, but the rookie wasn't ready to receive it on the run. Hit off the shoulder of Jackson Davis. Here's Curry. Here's the double. Curry, good trap here from Sacramento, and a steal. Sabonis to the rim. Can't finish it. Knocked out of bounds to Golden State. And a timeout taken by the Warriors. Well, you said, Doc, sometimes you have no choice. You got to send that trap to Curry.
You got to get it out of his hands.
Hey, wait. You good? Say hi. There's some powers in there. Come on. But more power up here, though. It ain't here, it's up here. Keep shooting. If you can, great closeout, just stay on the high side. Then we got all the traffic down here. We good, next one.
Well, Steph Curry now on the bench for Golden State with 34 tonight after he had 50 last time he was in this building. As Monk against the rotated D finds Fox, short on a three, and a foul going to stay here as Duarte hit the deck. Doc, I know for you love that clip with Steph Curry talking to Gary Payton II.
It was awesome because we were talking about Payton keeping his confidence. And he basically told him it's not down here in the heart, it's up here in the head. And you got to keep that clear and keep shooting. When your best player, especially Steph Curry, is telling you to keep shooting, you're going to keep shooting. Those things are invaluable. Stars can lift their teams with their voices, and Steph Curry does that. And I've yet to say Steph Curry, by the way.
Hey, we have a jar here, just in case you said Seth instead of Steph. Seth, of course, is your son-in-law, but you've been perfect tonight, Doc. We haven't had to put anything in this jar yet.
Empty so far. I should not have said that, though.
Some people have a swear jar. We have a Seth jar. Paul off to Kuminga. He'll fire away. No. Rebound, hits the floor, and squirts out to Murray.
Those are the ones that Chris Paul has to take. He's just not used to doing it.
Yeah. Lobbing it up. McGee couldn't throw it down, but got the whistle on Trace Jackson Davis. And free throws here for JaVale McGee.
The value of a roller is so underestimated in our league. McGee is in the league because of that. He shot blocks and he runs the floor. But he's a great roller, and he's so long, you can throw it anywhere. This must be Monk's 4th or 5th time already throwing it to him.
Yeah. Something Mike Brown highlighted to us before the game, the way those two are going to be able to work together and the way it will make Monk's job easier with that second unit.
Yeah, last year teams started trapping him, and he had never played under that duress.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a roller. Now they have a roller, so he knows you trap me, I throw it up to the basket.
JaVale McGee has put together quite an NBA career as well. 3-time champion, has a gold medal.
And you should be like guys like him. You remember early this year, he literally was on Shaq and the Food every week.
It was his show, basically.
It was his show.
Yeah.
And now the guy has rings, gold medals. He has really turned his career.
Thompson, you said you felt like he was starting to get his rhythm.
You could feel it.
Oh, great look to the corner. Murray can't hit the three, but an outstanding delivery from Monk. Here's Paul. Paul pedals, waits, dishes. Moody connects.
Oh, man.
How about the orchestration from Chris Paul?
It's what makes them different. When Draymond comes back, they'll have a playmaker on the floor for 48 minutes.
Off the steal, Paul to Thompson. He fires. You bet.
Chris Paul set this whole play up. He knew first Moody, which is an amazing shot, then the second one was to Clay, but this pass right here, my goodness.
They spend all, they change on cars and change the flaws, the name, the squad, the gang.
Doc, Chris Paul setting everything up.
Just watch this. No, he is pointing, get through. He knows where he's going. That's just great orchestration. By him pointing and having the man run through, takes a guy. Chris Paul knew that early. He knew exactly where he was going by half court. And Klay Thompson does what he does.
9 assists, no turnovers tonight for Chris Paul. He now has 18 assists and 1 turnover over his first 2 games as a Warrior. Everybody has talked about how seamless the transition, the fit has been thus far as Fox swivels his way in, couldn't finish. And the rebound from Jackson Davis. And whereas in the first half, the Warriors had a real tough time with Steph Curry on the bench. Different story thus far as Kuminga follows it up with the finish. Lob inside, McGee uses his size, and we'll have a chance for a three-point play.
Again, Chris Paul draws 2 guys. Kuminga just follows. This is the things like Kuminga can do these things every night.
Yeah.
And the other part will come as well.
He's had a productive night, 12 points in 18 minutes off the bench on 5 of 10 shooting.
He's played well.
Paul, Kuminga, Jackson Davis, Thompson, and Moody the 5 for Golden State.
Sacramento's gone to a little zone here.
Thompson into the corner. Moody 3 to shoot. Has to let it fly. And hits from 3.
They are making everything.
His second unit has caught fire in the 3rd quarter. An 18-point advantage. As Vezenkov throws it down. Vezenkov back in with Fox, Murray, Monk, and McGee. 2-for-1 opportunity here for Golden State. Thompson gives it up. Moody lets it fly. Oh,
that was going in.
It was.
Yes.
It's going to be offensive interference.
And we got a flop call.
And we have a flop. Wow.
I don't know if I'm liking this rule right now. I'm just telling you, I really liked it when they put it in. And I'm not so sure right now.
You're like an attractor for the flop so far.
Yes.
So there you go.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if that's a flop. Like, he fell because the guy came between his legs. It wasn't a foul, but I'm not sure about that one. Like, he's going to fall with the way he tries to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
You know, so. Oof.
Well, they're looking for whether or not it's secondary, theatrical, or exaggerated. I'm going to tell you, I think there was an exaggeration there.
But there's an exaggeration on every play. We would never leave the game if they did that.
Underneath, Murray with the quick lead for the finish. Can Sacramento feel a little better going into the 4th, down 18 moments ago, now 13, looking for a stop.
It's a big stop if they can get it.
Paul finds Thompson, he got it. Klay Thompson up to 14 has had a big third.
And Chris Paul, more assists.
Vazenkov can't hit, and that'll do it for the third. How about Golden State? 40 in the third on Tuesday against Phoenix. They put up 39 tonight. Curry with 16 in the frame. 34 on the evening. The Warriors up by 15 as we head to the fourth in Sacramento.
I'm Malika Andrews. It's time for tonight's Smooth Moves, brought to you by Gillette Labs. It comes courtesy of the Mavericks hosting the Brooklyn Nets. Luka Doncic, final seconds of the shot clock. Oh, he gets it to go. Luka magic on full display. 49 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists on the night, and Dallas gets the win.
Three ball, three ball, three ball, three ball, Kenny. Three ball, Kenny. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
How great is that?
That's awesome. That was one point guard seeing another point guard. We were talking about the play with Chris Paul. And I think Steph and the staff are happy for Chris Paul as well.
Love the reaction with Kenny Atkinson there. Start of the fourth quarter. Curry back in with 34 points, a 15-point Warriors lead. Fox short. McGee taps it alive, but just to the third row. And it will be Warriors basketball.
This is rare that you see the Sacramento Kings out of pace. And that's why I asked the question to Mike Brown, because you can feel them losing it a little bit. And right now, it's the Golden State Warriors that are pacing the game, not the Kings. That's unusual.
Sacramento just 5 fast break points off the trap. Payton vacated the corner. Shot clock down to 5 here, and that's going to be a jump. Fox and Payton tied up.
And Payton has to stay at the 3.
Yeah.
You know, that's what Kuminga just assumed that's where he would be at.
Yeah. You could see Steve Kerr giving that instruction.
Stay wide. I was always scared as a coach against the Warriors on jump balls, because you know if it goes to the wrong guy, it's a 3.
Well, nearly went to the wrong guy. Instead, here's Monk with Golden State back. Monk finds McGee. His hook, too strong, got it back, and throws it away.
They're really being rushed like right now. You can feel it. It's amazing how quickly you can like lose your rhythm.
Seen a lot of misses at the rim as well. Thompson at 9 in the third. Looney, strong finish through Fox for Kevon Looney. Golden State up to 29 assists tonight. Fox, great look, and McGee flushes it down. Still have more than 10 minutes left in this game, and 29 assists already.
And Mike Brown's going back with his guys right now. He can't wait.
Sabonis at the scorer's table as Thompson wiggles into a whistle. And Klay Thompson is going to shoot 2. Here comes Sabonis. Going to come and get McGee. Thompson started slowly. But Doc could see the rhythm coming in the third. It did come. And now he's up to 14 points, 6 of 10 from the floor. Hey, next week's NBA Wednesday doubleheader starts in OKC, where SGA and the Thunder host Zion and the Pelicans. And then it's the battle for LA. Kawhi leading the Clippers against LeBron's Lakers. It all starts at 7 Eastern on ESPN with NBA Countdown. Did you see that photo of the deflection LeBron had last night? How, year 21, how high he still gets off the floor. It's unbelievable.
He is like, should be studied for years to come, like physically.
Thompson hits them both. Sabonis back in. So Sabonis, Herter, Murray, Fox, and Duarte. Sabonis flings it out. Murray on the attack. Murray nearly finessed it in. Gets the whistle.
But Murray needed something to go in. And then they need Herter right now. Herter is not in the game right now offensively at all.
That was one of the questions for Sacramento going into this season. In fact, in the preseason, Mike Brown started Duarte one game over Herter, and then injury compromised that the rest of the way. But Herter early last year was fantastic for Sacramento.
He's streaky,
yeah.
You know, and so this is why you don't do a move. You kind of wait. Like, they want to find out what can he give us. Can he be consistent?
Yeah.
You know, and not just him, all the young guys. And then you figure out where you want to go with your team.
Herter last year against Golden State, after he'd averaged a career-high 15 points during the regular season, was held to just 9 a game in that first round, as Duarte is called for the personal. And that is number 4 on Duarte.
The other thing that the Sacramento Kings don't want to do, that's their second foul. They get in the penalty early and they're down. It's almost impossible to come back.
Curry draws 2. Here's Payton with 10 to shoot. Thompson trying to stagger free. He does. Can't hit. Sabonis, good box out. And a smooth rebound. His 14th. Sabonis backing inside. And the finish tough against Looney. And Steve Kerr wants a timeout.
That's a great timeout because he can sense it. They're starting to make a run. Sacramento Kings are getting back in this game.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to NBA Friday, presented by State Farm. Ryan Rucco, Doc Rivers, Roz Gold on Woodhay with you. Appreciate you hanging out with us on a Friday night. A rematch of last year's scintillating 7-game first-round series between the Kings and the Warriors. Golden State right now a 103-89 lead. 9:14 to go in the fourth. Steph Curry with 34 tonight on 12 of 17 shooting. Chris Paul back in. 10 assists, no turnovers this evening. Curry getting a breather.
It's interesting. Steve Kerr started Curry, right? He was going for the kill shot.
Yeah.
He really was. Just let him go for 3 minutes. It takes him out of the game now, and he's going to give him a rest and see how long he can sit him before putting him back in. Pretty interesting.
Oh, you were saying, too, this early in the season, after Looney's dunk, as a coach, you're trying to figure out your rotations, and there can be a lot more variance than, say, a month or two from now.
Always this early, because you're trying to not only figure out the bench guys to play, you're trying to figure out which starters do you play with the bench guys. And that's what both teams are doing.
Well, Paul is definitely one of those starters you play with the bench guys. Another good setup. Kuminga couldn't finish. Here comes Sabonis. Fox. Jitters in the lane, fades away, can't bank it home. Loose ball foul goes against Golden State. It'll be on Kuminga. That is his second.
And this is a great sub as well by Steve Kerr, because he's looking at his team. He needs some more offense on the floor. So you bring in Wiggins, you bring in Sark, who plays great with Chris Paul. A smart move.
So it's Moody, Kuminga, Wiggins, Paul, and Saric. Sabonis, Herter, Barnes, Murray, and Fox. That's the starting 5 for Sacramento, as Herter's having a tough night. 0 for 5 now from 3.
He's not getting great shots.
No.
You know, he's taking Steph Curry shots.
Here's Paul zipping into the paint. Bodies away and banks it in. The savvy of Chris Paul.
And 5 years ago, that's a layup, a quick layup. Now he uses his body. I mean, he's just smart.
Had a really impactful game tonight. Here's Fox charging in, floating home.
They can't trade baskets. Golden State's good with that.
And that's the point of focus for Sacramento this season. Can they be a better defensive team? Sets up Saric in the mid-range, sure.
And they played together in Phoenix. They just know each other. You can feel that play.
11 assists now for Paul. Saric has looked good his first 2 games with Golden State. Sabonis bodies in. Easy finish for Domantas Sabonis. 18 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists. But as you said, Doc, this is the end now where Sacramento needs to pick it up.
They have to get multiple stops.
Kuminga working Murray. Kuminga throws it into the backcourt, and Paul is going to let him more time run off and then kick it out of bounds.
Chris Paul was trying to bait them. That was clever because he knew it was a backcourt. They almost went for it.
I didn't know. I figured, hey, I'll run a few more seconds.
Yeah, this is interesting. That is a clever play.
They're just making sure that the clock was appropriate. Kuminga checking out now for Golden State.
Yeah, he was coming out.
Yeah.
After the last pass.
Yeah. And getting some communication from Kenny Atkinson. Steph Curry back in for Golden State. Duarte in for Sacramento. Here's Fox. Fox, pocket pass to Sabonis, can't finish it. Wiggins the rebound.
Great traffic.
Paul sets up Saric, his 3 off the mark. Curry able to save it on the glass. Paul will fire. Too strong. Barnes the rebound. Does Sacramento have a push in them still? Whoa, not with passes like that.
No.
Here's Paul around Duarte, lays it in. The lead is 18 for Golden State. Sabonis lines it up, can't hit, tilts out of bounds. Sacramento now 10 for 34 from 3 tonight.
Chris Paul just puts you right on your back. I'm going to keep you on my back. He's actually trying to draw a foul as well, you know. And this is as quiet as this arena ever will be.
Because this building, as we saw last year in the playoffs, wow. It was so loud that, I mean, it became its own star in the playoffs. Wiggins, too strong. 16 boards for Sabonis. Sacramento shooting just 44% from the floor. Fox fades away and knocks in the jumper.
Fox playing a little bully ball there. You know, one of the things he's not doing, though, in the first half, he was looking for the 3-point shot.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's taking one in this half.
Whoa, Steph trying to hit us. Nearly threw it to his owner, Joe Lacob, just to our left.
And this is one of the things Golden State, they'll do this. They'll turn the ball over. They'll get a little sloppy and let teams back in the games.
Joe just next to us. Here's Fox. Twisting inside. How about that finish? Plus the foul. De'Aaron Fox a chance for 3.
Yeah, you can sense he's feeling it right now. Like he needs to take this game over. That's 2 plays in a row. I mean, this is just straight speed. The difference with Fox now is he is so much stronger and able to finish through contact.
Timeout taken by Golden State. Fox trying to make a push for his Kings. Well, coming up next on SportsCenter, World Series Game 1 highlights, a walk-off for the Rangers. How about Wemby shining into overtime for San Antonio? And Fury and Gano weigh in for the title fight. And Dacone, Max McGee coming up on SportsCenter. Been a big night for Steph Curry. 12 of 17 from the floor, 6 of 9 from 3, 34 points. Well, Doc, you talked about it with Fox. You could feel him in this moment just trying to take over. This is the man who won the NBA's first ever Clutch Player of the Year award.
Yeah, he's a leader of the team now. He's the best player on the team. And he's going to be the one right now. He's their go-to guy. You know, 2 years ago, they didn't have one.
Yeah.
He became that.
Here's Curry. Stepping away. The rainbow is good.
I'm sorry. That was great defense.
My goodness. Steph Curry up to 36. Fox bounces, veers, and finishes high off the window. And now Fox is up to 26.
Fox is single-handedly keeping them in this game.
Has 9 in the fourth, and it's all come in the last few possessions. Paul working behind Looney. Paul to his spot. Yeah, that's cash.
That is his spot.
A double-double for Chris Paul. 10 points, 11 assists. Here's Fox. He has 9 of the last 11 Kings points, and he's going back to the line.
Yeah, Fox has decided, I'm not waiting anymore.
Yeah.
I'm attacking every single time. You know, you have to have that at times. Like, they don't want to play this way for 48 minutes, but there's times where the star just has to take the game over, and that's what Fox is doing right now.
Mike Brown just glowed to us before the game about the way Fox works. Talked about noticing him at a high school clinic in Georgia when Fox was there and Brown was there coaching. He said, you know, just stood out how fast he was, but he said also it stood out to me that he was tenacious, and I thought that guy can really defend.
You know, people think coaches, when they go to these things, they just look at talent and athletic ability. You're really looking at all the intangibles. Is the guy, does he have humility? Is he a hard worker? Is he a good teammate? Those are the little things that coaches look at when they go to those camps.
So for those watching, getting ready for a tryout or a clinic, now you know what's actually being looked at. Here's Thompson leaning. One-handed shot is good. Klay Thompson up to 18.
The Kings just can't get a stop. I mean, they've scored the last 5 or 6 times down the floor. They need to get a stop.
Murray can't curl it in. And a whistle. It's going to go against Golden State. We'll stay here with Sacramento. Sacramento in the bonus, so free throws for Sabonis.
I think if anyone was asking, like, is Chris Paul, I don't know if he fits this team. I think it's answered, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Just
yeah.
watching the movement. And when Draymond comes back, it's going to be even better.
It looks good. Klay Thompson has looked good in the second half as well. 14 points, Roz.
About the hovering contract extension conversations. And I asked Klay Thompson, are you going to savor this season more just in case he does leave the Warriors? And Klay told me emphatically, hell yeah, you never know what's going to happen. So I'm going to savor this as much as I can, especially this uniform, because I was here before it was sweet. Before 4 championships, I was here for 23 wins. I was here building the foundation. So yes, I'm going to savor it. I'm going to savor the heck out of it, guys.
Well, it can be extended at any point this season. Meanwhile, Golden State's gotten a little sloppy.
Yeah, they do it. I've been telling you. I mean, this is 3 turnovers in a row.
And that one on Thompson. Here's Fox. A little life in the building. Fox can't hit. Rebound. Looney battling. It's off him. Will stay with the Kings. But just to put a bow on Roz's story, it'll be interesting to see what Golden State does with Thompson, a free agent to be if they don't extend him, but they can at any time this year. Well, Golden State is starting to get a little careless with the basketball in this fourth quarter. 5 turnovers already. We saw that the other night against Phoenix. They had a modest lead when it came back to bite them against the Suns, which turned into a loss. Here, a bigger lead, but suddenly it is a game again. The Kings building a little momentum, thanks in large part to those turnovers.
Yeah, and the Kings can score here. They cut it into a single-digit game. You know, these are the games that drive coaches crazy because you know you have the game won, and now also you got to extend your guys' minutes. This may be one of those games you can get guys out.
Here's Fox. Goes to the wing. Murray a three. Woo. Missed it way short. Keegan Murray now 3 for 10 from three-point range. Here's Paul. 12 assists tonight. No turnovers. Curry double. Paul directing traffic. 4 to shoot. Paul gonna have to make something happen and throws it away. Travel first. First turnover of the night for Chris Paul.
And great trap out of the timeout by Sacramento. Really smart play.
17th turnover of the night for Golden State. Fox, a three is good.
It's an 8-point game.
And Fox is up to 34. He has 17 in the quarter. Wiggins, no. Rebound. Fox comes away with it. Dangerous pass. Barnes able to grab it. Fox wants it, clapping for it. Instead, it's Duarte. Whoa. Side of the backboard, no. Fox fakes the three, attacks, and finishes.
Wow. It's a two-possession game. And the crowd's back.
This is the volume we're used to here.
Yes.
9-0 Kings run. 36 for Fox. 19 in the quarter. 5 to shoot. Paul finds Thompson as it's stripped. Fox will fire. No, but a foul. And De'Aaron Fox is going back to the line. Now, are they going to call it on the shot or not? They'll say no, but they're in the bonus, so 2 free throws for Fox. And Steve Kerr needs a timeout.
He sure does. I mean, my goodness. It's a 4-point game if Fox makes the 2 free throws. My goodness.
We have a challenge here from Golden State. Well, this is the foul that Golden State is challenging as things have gotten tight here in Sacramento. Foul was called against the Warriors, and Wiggins, you know, Wiggins with the hand on Fox's left arm.
It's tight. It really is. This is a tough call. I think it will be held because they're going to say he had his hand on his arm, but it's close.
Because they also can take a look at whether or not that screen from Sabonis was legal.
Well, Sabonis is always a legal screen. Yeah. What do you mean? All of them are illegal screens if you want to count it.
Part of the
but
package.
They're going to count. They're not going to overturn this. I think it should have been a 3-point shot, personally. So the break that the Warriors will get is that it's only 2.
Right, otherwise you would have a chance to make it a 1-possession game at the line.
After review, the defensive foul on Wiggins with the forearm to Fox is deemed the foul. There is nothing illegal about Sabonis' screen. Therefore, it is 2 free throws and the penalty for Fox. Unsuccessful challenge.
Yeah, I think it's a good call. I don't know. It's a tough foul right here. But if you hit the arm, it's a foul.
Yep.
And I don't think it's a legal screen to call. All the bigs are outside of their arms. This is such a tough one.
And for those wondering, well, why 2 free throws instead of 3?
It was 2 because the foul was before he gathered the ball.
Yeah, before the upward shooting motion there, yep. So that's why it's 2 instead of 3.
And I'm sitting over here, and I agree with all the calls now.
Right?
Yeah, much different guy.
It's a nice seat.
It's a nice seat. And it's a right call.
How about Fox? He's got 20 in the quarter. Sabonis the offensive rebound. Another chance here for the Kings. Fox, you know he wants it. Takes it. Short. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Jones last hit Sacramento. Now, if the Kings wanted to, they could challenge that out-of-bounds call. They're taking a look to see whether or not they should. And will they? No.
Too late. And the officials gave them a chance, which I love when they do that.
De'Aaron Fox has outscored Golden State in the quarter, 20-18. Meanwhile, the Warriors have 7 turnovers over their last 8 minutes. And a foul on Duarte. Here we go.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think that could have been, I would have challenged it just because I have a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, of course, you lose your timeout now.
Maybe Murray poking through, though. They might have seen a clean look that made them saying, let's not. Kuminga is going to come and get Looney.
Dangerous substitution. I get it because they need to score here. But if they get a stop and Sabonis goes down the middle of the paint, that's a problem.
7 to shoot. Wiggins turns the corner, finds Curry a 3. You bet!
Wow. Oh.
Steph ready to put everybody to bed. Fox with the answer. No. Kuminga flies in. Curry dances in the backcourt. Able to maintain possession. Gets fouled just in front of us, and that should do it.
That is night-night, as good as night-night comes. Every kid is asleep now. What a great pass. And give Steve Kerr credit because he took the gamble, putting Wiggins in, Kuminga in. Wiggins is now the ball handler. He drags both guys with him, you know, and that's what made the pass. What a great play.
Curry with 39. He's 7 of 10 from 3. And a fantastic push from De'Aaron Fox in Sacramento here late, capitalizing on the sloppiness from Golden State. But Curry able to say good night. Now a 40-point evening for Steph Curry.
It'll be 41, so that's 91 in the last 2 games that he's been here. 91 points.
I think they're sick of seeing him in Sacramento.
No. PTSD.
41 indeed. Fox with 37. 20 in the fourth. Fox looking to shake free. Got fouled by Kuminga, and Fox is going to go back to the line. One interesting thing, Doc, you talked about it. Fox clearly turned up the aggression in a noticeable way in this fourth. Maybe went a little too long before he did.
Yeah, I told you earlier. I told you Fox has to turn it up a little bit. And it may have waited too long. It's early, you know, and so he's trying, as well as the coach is trying to get everybody else going. And he's going to have to figure out, there's going to be some nights that I'm just going to have to turn it on. And now who do you foul? Like, you look at Golden State, they're going to get the ball in Klay Thompson's hands, Chris Paul's hands, Curry's hands.
All fantastic free throw shooters as Fox hits both. De'Aaron Fox up to 39 points, has 22 in the fourth quarter. 18.7 to go. Paul gets it to Thompson, gets it right back. Murray pressuring in the backcourt, and Chris Paul's going to take a timeout. Golden State's final one.
No, so they have no timeouts left, and they have, what, 4 seconds to get it across?
Good point, Doc, Doc, we talked about the intensity of the matchups between these teams, even feeling it in the preseason this year. They've played a lot lately after that 7-game series, and one constant has been the excellence of Steph Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry, you know, 91 points in 2 games here. But you can feel the intensity. And this is a champion. Like Golden State, they understand. This team almost beat us in the playoffs last year. They're going to want to make a statement today. I was actually concerned going into the game that this score would be lopsided, but the other way. And this tells you all about championship DNA. They showed it tonight.
Meanwhile, for Sacramento, Obviously, the defensive end is where they're looking to improve most. But there were times tonight where it felt like they lost their pace offensively as well.
I would say Mike Brown would say tonight was as much of an offensive loss as a defensive loss. They lost their tempo and their rhythm in the third quarter, and they really didn't get it back in the game. The only difference was Fox just said, I'm taking the game over.
39 for Fox. Sabonis 19, 17, and 7, but it's Curry with 41. And Golden State, the 8-point lead. Steph sharing a laugh with his owner courtside. I think he might have shot a little wink this way, too.
Yeah, he did. I think he saw the can. He probably had a bet on Steph, too.
That's right. Doc went the whole game without calling Seth once.
It's hard.
Now, you're right here, too, Doc. The Warriors have to get this over quickly, and Paul turns it over. Murray, 8 seconds left, looking for an angle, fires, can't hit. Sabonis, the rebound. Fox gets it off, can't hit it, and that will do it. Golden State outlasts Sacramento 122-114 the final. As Domantas Sabonis, a playful shove for Steph Curry. Quite the fourth quarter from De'Aaron Fox, but too much Curry all night long for Sacramento to digest. And the Warriors win it behind 41 from Curry. How about 40 points in a limit and then 40 in the next game against the same opponent? Wilt, MJ, Reggie Miller, and now Steph Curry tonight. And Steph is standing by with Roz Gold on Wood A.
Steph, the last 2 times you've been in this building, you've had 50 points tonight, 41 points, the dagger, the night-night. I know you guys take the bus here. The ride's about an hour and a half. What's it like to ride up here and have these big games?
I mean, it's a great, I won't call it a rivalry, but it's a great familiarity of knowing a team, how many times we played them over the last 2 years, preseason, 4 times the regular season, obviously 7 games in the playoffs last year. We already played them 3 times this year, so you get to know them. They're a tough team, young, super talented. Obviously, D. Fox, you know what he can do. And this environment's, it's pretty hostile. So you love to play well, especially on the road, and silence the crowd, get a big win for us. Because I don't know if you remember last year, it took us like 14 games or something like that to win a road game to start the season. So to get our first one is a big deal.
Absolutely. No, I remember that. And Chris Paul wasn't there, but he's here this year. 12 assists, only 2 turnovers. We see him in the huddles, coaching it up at times. How are you feeling Chris's impact stylistically and culturally so far?
He's just a gamer. Everybody knows the resume that he has, the competitive spirit, the IQ, and he's a vocal leader. So you welcome anything he says. You welcome his presence. He's a calming force for us. You saw how he just diced him up in that end of the third quarter, early fourth. He's just great to have because he's always going to make the right play. And as we keep getting better and building chemistry, then it'll keep looking right.
You mentioned the road, including tonight. 7 of 8 start on the road for you this season. What did you like about the way your team just weathered the game against a good team on the road that you can bottle up and take into the rest of the season?
I mean, honestly, our defense, because that was what broke the game open. I know I got hot in the third, but it was our defense that really established a little bit of an identity tonight. And that's how you have to win on the road, especially against last year. They were #1 offense in the league. So beautiful way to start, 80 more to go.
Great perspective.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
All right, Roswell. Steph loves that road win. Last year, Golden State 11-30 on the road. This year, 1-0. Our final score, the Warriors 122, the Kings 114. For our producer, Paul Irvin, our director, Ken Dennis. Doc Rivers, Roz Gold on Wood A, and our entire crew. I'm Ryan Rucco. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on ESPN. Time to get caught up on the day in sports. SportsCenter starts right now.